What is up, everybody? Back at it again for yet another video, and this one's going to be pretty fun. So today we have the Toyota Corolla Cross, and as we know, this was spotted testing in Colorado, meaning that there's probably a high probability that this is coming to the States. And if you follow this YouTuber named Kirk Kreifels, he covers a lot of Japanese and Korean autos. He put up a post just the other day saying that the car was going to be confirmed next week or something. So it's probably going to come to the United States. So this week we're probably going to do a little preview on what this vehicle can look like before it's revealed. And I've used this information using information from what we get on the current Corolla and Corolla hatchback, as well as some of the high RAV4 elements as well. And I try to make a list of what we could expect to see in this vehicle when it is revealed. So let's just get into it. So as we know, this is sold worldwide and it's based on the TNGA C platform. And of course, we know that Toyota needs a replacement for the lackluster CHR. So if you search for the Toyota CHR on Google, you see like a 5-star out of 10 rating, a 6 out of 10 rating. So it seems like this car is pretty bad, and probably considered one of the worst cars Toyota makes at the moment. But this Toyota Cross, which is being sold all around the world, seems to be selling pretty well. I couldn't find any worldwide information on the car, but it did sell 6,195 in the month of January in Taiwan out of 51,179 cars. So this is so it definitely does sell. So let's just take a look at the exterior a bit. Looking right here, it does look kind of like a mini RAV4. The grille kind of makes it look like a scowl. Kind of reminds me of one of those droopy faced bulldogs in my opinion. But I'm not. When I say that, it doesn't mean that it necessarily looks bad in my opinion. The wheelbase, it's going to be the same size as the CHR, but in terms of length and width, it's going to be slightly longer than that subpack. We do get some plastic cladding all around the vehicle, meaning that Toyota wanted to make it look a little bit rugged, but it's not going to be as bad as something like a CX-30. Looking at the side view, it's pretty much basic Corolla. This is the top trim, so you're probably going to get like 18-inch alloy wheels on this one. Towards the back, you get some basic headlights. They're still kind of reminiscent of the RAV4 and this hatch right here, and you get some more plastic cladding on the back. Exterior wise, it's nothing special. It's basic CUV, but it looks fine enough compared to the rest of its competition. So if we take a look at the interior for the Corolla Cross, it's basically going to be the same as the Corolla. You do get this 7-inch TFT display, 8-inch display with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. There will be like a little lighting access that you can see in this picture as well. I'm not sure if they would put that in the American model. You do see a traditional gear lever. It's basically a Corolla interior, which makes sense because this is the Corolla Cross, so we don't really have to explain it too much. And like the Corolla, this will be pretty useful for your families, but because of the hatch, it's going to be a lot more useful for daily cargo. I couldn't find the exact numbers of the rear seat legroom because I'm surfing through various countries which are written in different languages I cannot understand. But for reviews I've watched or read, they said that this has better rear seat legroom than the Toyota Corolla, which has 34.8. For reference, the CHR had 31.7, which was definitely underperforming in that category. So you're definitely expect to be able to sit 5 people comfortably in this car. When we move to the hatch, it offers 17.2 cubic feet if equipped without a spare tire. With a spare tire, it'll be 16 cubic feet. So as we can see in these pictures as well, it's able to carry a bunch of luggage as well. So if you're going on a business trip or vacation, you should be able to get your stuff in the back pretty comfortably. And of course, with the rear seats, you'll have a 60-40 split as available with pretty much any modern vehicle if you do need some more room. And in the interior, a lot of these countries have a red interior. I don't think I've seen too many Toyotas in the United States with a red interior other than like maybe the Camry. but this has a nice red, almost burgundy looking interior. The countries also offer fabric and also synthetic leather options as well, so we can probably expect to see that in this upcoming Corolla Cross. Now let's get into the performance of this vehicle. So this is where we get a little bit interesting here, and we do have a bunch of options that could be going into this vehicle. So in basically every country except Brazil, which has like a flex fuel option, we get the 1.8 liter 2 ZR FBE gasoline engine with 140 horsepower and 129 pound-feet of torque. So as I said before, this is usually what's in the vehicle in most countries, but I feel like they could supplement this with the 2.0 liter dynamic force engine with 169 horsepower. And as we see in most vehicles in this segment, they do have a low horsepower option and also a higher horsepower option. Toyota is about making money, so I feel like it would just be easier for them to offer this lower horsepower engine and just call it a day. And of course, we do have a hybrid option available as well, with an electric motor which has 72 horsepower. And works in conjunction with a 1.8 liter 2ZR FXE, which makes 98 horsepower and 105 pound-feet of torque. Combined, they make 120 horsepower and 105 pound-feet of torque. And I think in terms of hybrids, this would probably be what's in the Corolla Cross. Other cars such as the RAV4 and the Camry are bigger vehicles, and as such they offer a hybrid powertrain making about 200 horsepower, but I wouldn't see it in this vehicle unless they were to upmarket it as kind of that more high performance version like they do in other cars. But as we see in the United States, the Corolla, the Prius, and a few other cars have this 120 horsepower combined hybrid output. So I think this is probably what we see in the United States. The only issue is finding out what engines they would actually offer in the United States. I feel like they would go with the 2 liter dynamic force inline engine because the United States has highways, you need that acceleration for passing power. And I feel like they would go with the 100 horsepower hybrid system because it's available in all the other Toyota products in this class and the United States. Or they could just go with the hybrid engine as a singular option like they're doing with the Sienna. And they can go that route as well, and I feel like this car will still be successful. And in terms of driving these cars, there have been said to have zippy acceleration in the hybrid models due to the electric motor, as well as a small turning radius, which is good for this kind of vehicle. So this is probably going to be marketed as something like an urban commuter car. For not a lot of money, you can store a lot of stuff in the rear. You can carry 5 people comfortably, and you can do it relatively efficiently. And I think that's where the benefit of this vehicle comes in. I have also compiled a list of potential packaging that could be in this vehicle. I went through what options are for this vehicle in other countries, and as well as I combined it with options for for a Corolla that's in the United States. So let's just get into it. So at first, we would start with the L, which includes the 8-inch touchscreen with Android, Apple CarPlay. You get standard Toyota Safety Sense 2.0, cloth seats, halogen headlights, a 17-inch alloy wheel with the cover, with 215 by 16 R17 tires. Upgrading to the LE will get you LED fog lamps, LED headlights, acoustic glass for reduced noise, vibration, and stuff like that, a chrome window frame, dual auto AC, blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic, heated rear seats, 17-inch alloy wheels with the same length and width of the tires as I said before. Upgrading to the XLE will get you a kick sensor, heated seats, navigation, wireless charging, 9-speaker JBL speakers. When I looked at pictures and specs of the Corolla Cross in other countries, they didn't seem to offer it with a JBL speaker, so they might not do the same here. But the interior is pretty much the same as the Corolla, so they can definitely do it. And this would potentially be built in an American factory, with American specifications. So I feel like that's something that customers would want, and they would probably include it with this vehicle. You get automatic on-off for the headlights, leather / that Softex materials that Toyota be using, 8-inch power adjustable seats, a moonroof, the 7-inch TFT display, bird-side view monitors, as well as an 18-inch alloy wheel. Of course, this is not official. This is just me using my head with the specs of a U.S. Corolla / Corolla hatch, as well as the features that this car gets in other countries. So tell me what you think Toyota would include in this car in the comments down below. So according to TFL, reports said that this new Toyota will be built in the Alabama factory, which is partnered with Mazda. So that makes me think, would Mazda build another vehicle based off this platform? And I don't think so, because first, as we know, they're canceling the Mazda CX-3 in the United States, which is based off the Mazda 2. And of course, they have the CX-3, which is based off the Mazda 3. And I don't think they need another vehicle that's based off a Corolla. So I think in this case, it'll just be Toyota saving some cost by using the Alabama factory with Mazda and getting this vehicle out to the public. So let's get into the price. So the Toyota CHR was available at $21,595. And the RAV4 is available at $26,250. So basically, I just split the price between the two because this is better in pretty much every way compared to the Toyota CHR. And I got around $23,922. So maybe around $24,000 will be that starting price. So yeah, I think this car, when revealed, will probably definitely be a success for Toyota. I can see 60,000 units of this being sold, and I can easily see this being on the streets and highways, local day to day. So I think Toyota has another hit on their hands as usual. We already know what Toyota is about. So if you like this video, please leave a like. I had to scroll through like so many pages of foreign stuff I could not understand, trying to get some information for this vehicle. Like it if you want. Comments, we can have a discussion there, and that's pretty much it. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Peace.